end. We talk about that all the time, just making sure that we get stops because we like to play fast, we like to get the ball up and go in transition, and so we knew that we just had to make sure that we were focused on that end and make sure that we're connected.
Because they made things very hard for Dallas, turn them over, turn that into easy looks the other way. Certainly, when you watch them play like this, you're like, ooh, this is a team that can contend for a championship.
Paige Bueckers admitted it herself. She's just a very smart basketball player. But what led to such a candid confession? Caitlin Clark didn't just outshine her, she completely redefined the game, delivering a once-in-a-season performance while coming off an injury. When both teams stepped onto the court, this was supposed to be the ultimate showdown between the league's brightest stars. So why did it end with one leaving fans speechless? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Imagine walking into an arena buzzing with energy, shelling out over $1,000 for a seat, all to catch what everyone believed would be the ultimate clash. Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers, two of the biggest names in basketball, going head-to-head. Fans were decked out in jerseys, packed shoulder to shoulder in anticipation. On paper, it had all the makings of a classic showdown. But by halftime, you could feel it in the air. This was no duel. It turned into a Caitlin Clark masterclass. All eyes were on Clark, who had just returned from an injury and was playing on limited minutes. It should have been a recipe for an evenly matched game. Instead, Clark picked apart the defense as if she hadn't missed a second of action.
And huge contributions across the board today from Indiana. Kelsey Mitchell with 20 efficiently. Natasha Howard, 8 of 9 from the floor. Aaliyah Boston, 17 points.
Yeah, and she had, I think, 7 deflections. You can tell she's starting to feel a little bit better, more explosive. Her anticipation's really good. She read the plays, she read the rotations.
She wasn't just scoring, she orchestrated everything, driving to the rim with ease, dishing laser-sharp passes that seemed to materialize out of thin air. She turned her teammates into weapons, threading assists so clean they looked scripted. Her court vision was unreal. On one play, she no-looked a pass through 2 defenders, leading to a smooth layup. It wasn't just impressive, it was surgical. Meanwhile, Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings struggled to keep up. Turnovers piled up as they couldn't crack Indiana's defense or match the pace Caitlin set. The Fever's offense, powered by Clark, was unstoppable. By halftime, Clark had led her team to a franchise record 64 points in just 2 quarters. This wasn't just a team effort, it was Clark elevating everyone. 5 Fever players hit double digits, a testament to her selfless play. And yet, Clark's stat line didn't even scream volume scoring: 14 points, 13 assists, and 5 steals. But it told a story. She wasn't just dominant, she completely flipped the script on critics calling her a one-dimensional scorer.
Just making sure that I was ready to come in. Obviously, playing with the sprinter over here, she likes to get up and down. I think going into this year,
Indiana Fever, a 102-83 win over the Wings in the first ever pro meeting between Caitlin Clark and Paige Bueckers.
On limited minutes, she created an unforgettable night. This performance wasn't just about the game. Clark shattered expectations and silenced debates. The only thing louder than the Fever's offense? The question, did Paige Bueckers even have a response? You know what's wild? Paige Bueckers had a strong game. 21 points on 9 of 15 shooting, the kind of efficiency that most players dream of. Normally, that stat line would dominate the headlines. But that night, it hardly raised a ripple. All anyone could talk about was Caitlin Clark and how she had completely taken over not just the game, but the conversation. For fans who came in ready to debate which player was better, the answer now felt unmistakable. Leading up to this matchup, the comparisons were nonstop. Analysts hyped it as a rivalry for the ages. Bueckers, with her smooth shooting and maturity beyond her years, against Clark, the highlight reel machine who takes over games like no one else in the league.
But I mean, I thought my playmaking was really good. There was I mean, no reason for me to really shoot that much. I thought, like, you look at the box, like 12 shot attempts, 11, 9.
More fever here. Kelsey Mitchell on the open layup. Becker steals the ball from Clark, but then finishes with the hoop and harm. She had 21 points.
This game was supposed to provide clarity, but instead of giving us an even battle, Clark redefined the terms of discussion. She showed that being a superstar isn't just about putting up points. It's about raising the entire level of play around you. And that's where the gap between her and Bueckers became crystal clear. Even Bueckers couldn't ignore it. After the game, she admitted it herself. She's just a very smart basketball player. And she wasn't wrong. Clark's basketball IQ was off the charts, especially on defense, an area where she'd faced criticism before. Her 5 steals and constant disruptions made life miserable for Bueckers and the Wings. It wasn't just about the numbers, it was the way she anticipated movements, cutting off passing lanes and turning defense into instant offense. That ability made her performance feel unavoidable, something no one could just shrug off.
Indiana looked terrific, especially in that first half, the second quarter, where they scored 36 points, and they were just able to get things done efficiently on the offensive end, but on the defensive end was where I was really impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I like the first half. You know, I like the fact that we had a 75% assist rate. 30 assists on 40 made field goals is really good.
But what really set Clark apart was her leadership. 5 Fever players hit double digits, a direct result of her vision and unselfishness. The Wings had no answer for it, and by the end, the Bueckers versus Clark narrative felt almost irrelevant. There wasn't just a winner to this clash, there was a statement. Clark isn't just good, she's generational, and now the league itself feels like her stage. What's next for her? Caitlin Clark didn't just dominate the game, she redefined what it means to lead a franchise. That night, she became the only player in WNBA history to record multiple games with at least 14 points, 13 assists, and 5 steals, carving her name into the record books yet again.
We talk about that all the time, just making sure that we get stops because we like to play fast, we like to get the ball up and go in transition, and so we knew that we just had to make sure that we were focused on that end and make sure that we're connected.
Because they made things very hard for Dallas, turn them over, turn that into easy looks the other way. Certainly, when you watch them play like this, you're like, ooh, this is a team that can contend for a championship.
Her impact wasn't limited to stats. It was her ability to control every moment, even on restricted minutes. Imagine what's coming when she's fully healthy. Is there anyone left who can stop her? The debate is over, but Clark's legacy is just getting started. Are we ready to watch her reshape the league?